Now we're going to do the next sugya, which is sugya number 4, last line of the Gemara. Quoting from the Mishnah again. Hoциאוה לסטים, if the bandits took it out. Lstim chayavim, then the bandits, the robbers, are chayav. Now we turn the page to Daf Nun Vav, Amud Beis, top line. So the Gemara says, Peshita! This is obvious. Duh! Kim Dafkua, Kaimala b'shusayu, l'chol mili. Once they've taken it, they've dragged it out, they've done what's called a ma'aser kinyan. They've taken possession of it. Now this doesn't mean they own it like an owner, they didn't buy it, but once they've touched it and pulled it out, they take responsibility for any actions that animal does. If they didn't touch it, then they're not responsible. But once they touch it and pull it out, that's a ma'aser kinyan, and that's obvious. Everyone knows this, right? So what is the Gemara? What is the Mishnah telling us? The Mishnah doesn't seem to be telling us anything we didn't know already. So line 2. Lie! No! Tzaricha! We do need this case in the Mishnah. It is teaching us something new. What is it? They didn't actually touch the animal, but rather they stood around and said, mush, mush, or moosh, moosh, right? They wanted to get the animal out, but they didn't touch it. They just made a fence, like a path around it, and forcing it out without touching it. And therefore, that's the case where the list of Bichayev. You might think that since they didn't touch it, they are Patur. Comes along the Mishnah and says, no, Chayev. Please look in, please look in, please look in. End of line 2. Ki ha'adam Rabba. This is just like what Rabba said. Amar Rav Nassan, in the name of Rav Nassan, Amar Rav. In the name of Rav. Hamamid b'hemas chaveira, al kamas chaveira. If someone puts his friend's animal in front of his friend's other friend's grain, Chayev. The animal, if the animal eats, Chayev. The owner, the guy who put it there, Chayev, he's Chayev. So Ma'amid Pshita. If he put it there, duh, it's obvious. It's exactly the same thing. So the Gemara says, Lai Tzaricha. No, it is necessary. Why? Because it went. He made like a path. Put his arms around and says, oh, move, 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 move. And that's how he got it to move without touching it. And that's the chiddush there. Please look in, sit up. Please look in. Rabbi said to Rabbi Yosef, Hikisha amatzlon. You told us that the case is where he gave it a punch with a stick, and that's how he got it to move. Right? So in the case of Rabbah, it's talking about not that he made a path, but Hikisha, he hit the animal. So you might think, since he didn't actually push the animal, pull it, or do anything to the animal, that it was direct, it was indirect, gave it a punch, gave it a smack with a stick to make it move, you might think, that's not a kinyan. So it comes to teach us that even if you did that, yes, still be chayev. So v'listim namidi kishua. So just like in Rabba's case, the cases where he hit it. Similarly, in the case of our Mishnah, it's talking hikisha, where the bandits smacked the animal to get it out, and still they're chayev because that is still considered a kinyan. They made it move, and that's the chiddush of the Mishnah.